Good morning, Intenders.
Good morning.
Welcome to Morning Intentions. Today is Wednesday, February 11th. Thank you for joining us for this month of alignment with self. Since we haven't done it in a few days, I wanted to start off with our working definition, and then also we will continue our conversation from yesterday because, Annette, you dropped kind of a truth bomb right at the end, or at least a self-reflective truth bomb.
Well, we've kind of learned not to do that, but then it just came out yesterday.
Oh, that's fine. That keeps us coming back. So our working definition for alignment with self. Let's get this in our noggins. Alignment with self is when we live in relationship with our inner experience, our values, our limits, our energy, and our truth, rather than overriding ourselves to meet expectations, manage outcomes, or keep the peace. What you were describing yesterday, Annette, was recognizing your own limit, and I will also say your own value.
Well, what I said, I don't know if I use these exact words, but something happened inside of me. And I do credit my personal development work, and I credit working with our clients because we see a lot of courage around our coaching table. And some people have to do some really hard things and say some really hard things. I've noticed throughout the years, as our clients get stronger, they're willing, yes, but they have the tools to say the hard things. That has really helped me to say the hard things too, even if it's just in my mind. What I mean by that is there might be people that I care about, let's say, but then I know it's not an emotionally safe relationship. That isn't a relationship that would serve me or the other person. I need to care less about what it looks like from the outside, or even care less about how that person might respond. I need to care the most about being honest with myself and then being honest with them. If I'm not honest with myself first, I can't be honest with them. I can be honest with them if I don't have this relationship with people like, oh, I don't want to disappoint, or oh, what if they're mad at me? I've stopped caring about that stuff.
So you let go of the need to, as our working definition says, to try to meet expectations, manage the outcome of the situation or someone else's reaction or response, or even keep the peace. Living from alignment became such a need or a desire that it was more important to you to live from alignment than worry about how are they going to react.
Because, like I said, I've watched this as the observer, as the coach, when people play this out in their own lives after a lot of hard work. But then I've watched it in my life. I used to have relationships where I cared so much about what the other people thought about me, if they quote unquote loved me or liked me, if they were happy when they were with me, if I was doing what they needed and wanted. I cared so much about that I did abandon myself, and I wasn't honest. I didn't say, this is not in alignment with who I am. I just kept on going. I got to this place, and I think burnout is how I got here. So I'm hoping the goal would be to help everyone before they get to where I got to. I got completely burned out in pleasing other people and worrying about whether they liked me or not, whether they loved me or not, whether they cared about me or not. I got completely burned the F out about that. Because, like I said to Ada yesterday.
I appreciate the authenticity there.
Well, I'm going to say something else that's kind of authentic. There's this old book called Looking Out for Number One. And I learned a long time ago, if you don't look out for number one, your life is a number two. It is. In whatever you're thinking about number two I'm talking about right now, you would be right. If you don't watch out and live from this space of orientation and alignment with number one, your life will be a number two. How do I know? Because mine was. I
I'm
know
not laughing at you.
Well,
but I'm laughing at the way it's described. It's so accurate.
It's so accurate. Because then we're always worrying, this person at work, I gotta, suck up to them or they're gonna gossip about me over here. It's like, you know what? I just stopped caring about all that. Because if we don't stop caring about all that, we're slaves to other people's perception of who we are, other people's perceptions of what we're doing. Our job is to be responsible for ourselves. Our job is to figure out and do the hard work and understand what our values are and then live those values. That's why personal development work is so crucial to living a peaceful life. What are our needs? What are our values? What is the mission statement for our life? That's what we're responsible for. That's what we're responsible for. And until we do that work, and that's difficult work, many people don't even know what their values are, let alone create a mission statement about their values, let alone memorize it and live it. But if we don't create a foundation, and that's what all of this work is about, when we're oriented and we listen and notice, we can feel that heaviness or dread come up inside of us. So once we start giving words to that, and we do that through articulating clearly what our values are. And we've said top 5 values is pretty much all we all need. That'll keep us with our focus. But we understand our values. We understand why they're our values. We learn to articulate those values, share those values, live those values. And then we care for ourselves. And then we're responsible for ourselves. So that when we do show up in relationships, we're honest. And if you're going to manipulate me and give me the silent treatment because I don't do what you want me to do, you're out of my life. If you're going to manipulate me and gossip about me because I didn't whatever, I don't care. Took me a long time to get this way. But I would say I actually care more about the people I care about, though. They're honest relationships.
And you have more capacity to be present for them.
Oh my gosh, is that true? That is completely true. When you're a slave to pleasing everyone else but yourself, you have no capacity. Because you're just going here, there, everywhere.
I think it does. I use this phrase sometimes, not a lot, but sometimes. I think there's the double damage. First of all, the damage comes from doing what you don't really want to do. And then the second damage comes from abandoning yourself. You spend all the capacity doing what you really don't want to, then it drains yourself even more because you know this is the exact opposite of what I wanted to do today or in my life or this year or whatever the situation is.
That's true. We had a friend, she passed away a few years ago. She was probably 15 years older than I am now. And I remember her saying something very similar to what I just said when I first met her. We knew her for like 15 years. I thought that what she said sounded callous. Like, what? You stopped caring about people? What the hell? It's not that you stop caring about people. You stop caring about their interpretation of how you're showing up. You stop caring about you setting boundaries and they're upset about it. You stop caring about that so that you don't have to self-abandon.
That's a more accurate way to say that, because if you're just saying, I don't care about people, that's not really true. But I don't care about their interpretation of my actions, to me that rings a lot more true, and it sounds more in alignment with my thinking.
Well, I think it's more hearable.
Yeah, that's it. So our intent for today is, I will not prioritize other people's comfort over my own truth. I will not prioritize other people's comfort over my own truth. Thank you so much for joining us today. Our day is better because you are part of our day. See you tomorrow.
See you then.